Okay, hi guys. This is just a quick upload. First of all, the foundation is love. Actually, it's faith and hope and love. I only have love because I have faith, and I only have hope because I have faith, and because I chose to put my faith in Jesus just like you did. Some of my videos, I'm not a perfect person. I can only come to Jesus just as I am or just as I'm not. But I can't come as any other being than being a being that was created and fashioned and formed together by the very hands of God himself, made in the image of God. So, we all know that the only righteous one is Jesus. Sometimes I put stuff on my playlist because I love you. And the reason I love you and I care about you is because you have a love and a fear of the Lord God Almighty. So do I. I also have my weaknesses and flaws, and I do not claim to be a perfect person, just like you also do the same thing. We could all sit there around a table and say, well, I'm not worthy enough, I'm not good enough, only Jesus is righteous, and we can all sit around a table and tell each other about how we're not righteous, how we're not worthy, only Jesus is enough. But eventually that conversation is just going to get a bit boring. Once you come into the freedom of Jesus, hopefully you can come to a point like, okay, how about we sit down and enjoy each other's company? Like Mr. Todd, Mr. Todd, I think he's amazing. Not whether he comes with wings or without wings, but because he loves God and he loves other people and he tries to help people about righteousness and love and to think about existence and about heaven and the future. I think that's pretty cool. If someone does that, I think they're probably much on the same page as I am, or as they are. Ray Comfort, he might come in pretty like hard headed sometimes, but I love him because he cares about God, he cares about his word and righteousness and love and stuff like this, and about how he should treat people. And he also has a sense of humor. And actually, although he can seem a little bit intimidating, the way I see it is that I'm just glad that he's alive and he exists, and he has a sense of humor, and he's caring and he's kind and he wants to help people. That's just the way I see it. Like, he cares about God and he cares about life. There's lots of people. Pastor Stephen, he cares about the abused and the used. Like, he's like, come on, what kind of love is this? We're called as people who believe in Jesus to love God and to love each other. But then what kind of love is this? This guy's like got nothing in his life. He's got like toxic relatives, no friends, no family, like whatever. He's trying to get to church. The people that go there, they're contaminated as well. They all want grace. They're all trying to, they found their freedom. They've discovered the Bible, and then they want to use that to, like, I am a teacher. Now you must listen to me. And it's like, then people start taking over the church and making it their own church instead of realizing that it's his church, not our church, and that we're just invited by members through faith, through grace, just like the Abrahamic faith, that Abraham was made righteous, not because of his good works, but because he put his faith and trust in God, which I do the same thing, just like you. What is so wrong for me as a relational being? I'm made in God's image. God is relational, which means he like interacts. It's not good for man to be alone. I'm a relational being. What is so wrong for me to want to try and love God and love people? Why am I continuously being attacked in variations of like trying to attack my mentality, my physical health, and my welfare? If we're meant to be promoting the love of God on earth as in heaven, then as a relational being, can you not at least allow me to be appreciative of Mr. Todd and Dr. Frank Turek and Ray Comfort and Pastor Stephen and John Jorgensen and Tommy and Eddie and Philip Blair and Alan Parr and David Lynn and Rosalind and whatever? Sometimes you guys are coming in with such like grumpy attacks. Yet when I see and I look at it, you guys understand that you're relational beings as well. You also desire a relationship with God. It's the same God. We are made by the same God. You desire relationships. You have a beautiful wife, do you not? Whether it's Spencer, do you have a beautiful wife eating donuts? Alan Parr, have you got a beautiful wife sitting there in a chair doing discussions with? Wingman, Mike Winger, do you not have a beautiful wife that you or someone that you sit on stage and have a chat with, but then say women be quiet, but then invite them to participate and to talk? Do you, Pastor Stephen, do you have a beautiful wife? Yes, he does. Beautiful kids as well. We're made as relational creatures. So then why is it that people are getting women, getting children, getting houses and declaring the goodness of God, and then pointing finger at somebody that's in a vulnerable position with not pretty much left to defend themselves with apart from just trying to declare the goodness of God, and all you're doing is heaping heavy loads, which are like continuous accusations. And that, for me, it doesn't feel like, if I'm made in the image of God and I believe in Jesus, and I do, Galatians says, remember to be a blessing to, is it Galatians 6:10? Remember to be a blessing to everyone, especially to those who belong to the household of the faith. Now, I don't know about you, but if you came, and you're more than welcome anytime, if you came into my apartment or room, if I've got a table or some food, I'd be happy to share it with you to the best of my ability, that I would maybe sit down and go, hi, how you talk with your wife or your friend, or you talk with another being, like, how are you? You apply the biblical principles instead of using just consistently theological, hermeneutical conversations, which can be fantastic and interesting at times. But like Mr. Todd, sometimes he'll sit down and be like, haha, so how you doing? Or like to come alongside someone and to sit to them and treat them as a person, because you are a person. They're a being just as you are a being. Some might come with feathers, some might come without, but you're still a being, and you're still in need of Jesus, and you're still in need of God's grace, just like everybody else. We all need Jesus. But some people are put in different scenarios and circumstances that some people are like, wow, man, that must be very difficult. How can I come alongside and try and bless you and help you? I think that's a part of the gospel. Jesus did that. He always came alongside people and tried to help them. I still believe in that Jesus. But sometimes it's hard, right? Because you can get someone like, I'm going to hit you with the 10 Commandments. Like, well, yeah, hang on a second. Well, what about what Jesus says, that love fulfills the law? And if you want to take someone to justice, we'll say, where's the justice of love in this person's life? Because they weren't given any. They were born blind and naked, left alone, no friends, no family. Where's the justice in that? The God I serve says that he has justice for the orphan and the fatherless. So I don't understand why Christians will come in heavy-handed with scripture and be like, mine, got it all, got the stuff, I don't accuse. Like, is that really? Doesn't God say love your neighbor as you love yourself? But where's the love? I mean, I'm appreciative, at least it's dry and warm. This is actually pretty incredible. It's got some really amazing kitchen appliances. They are actually pretty cool. I'm very grateful for that. It's much greater than sleeping in the garage or having to deal with people that are consistently dragging you down. They'll say, honor your mom and your dad. But then Jesus comes back and says, I came to cause division with mums and dads. I came to cause division in a household. I came to bring a sword. I came to, he literally says, his words, not mine. I came to cause division between a mum and a daughter, a dad and a son. I came to cause division because there are those that will want to preach my name, speak my name, think about me, love me, even regardless of whatever they've had to go through their life. They still love me and trust me because they know that I am good. And he is good. He's a good shepherd. So then why try to drag people down who love the very same God that you do? It doesn't make sense to me. Letters from Paul. Love is eternal. And if you like to be loved and included, then why is it so wrong for somebody else to want to have those same things that's made in the very same image? I think everybody needs a boot right now. I love you too. God bless. Everybody needs a boop.